Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hello, welcome, thank you so much for stopping by. Today's video is going to be my 2020 makeup inventory, and I saw two of my friends do this, my friend Kelly and my friend Becca. I will leave their videos linked down below if you guys want to go check out and see their makeup inventory, as well just go check out their channels anyways and go give them a subscribe because they're both so amazing. So yeah, I just figured it was interesting to do. I saw Kelly's video and then I was like, you know, I'll probably film that eventually, and then I saw Becca's video and I was like, okay, time to, you know, start counting my makeup and see where we're at and just see where that goes at the end of the year with this whole no buy, just to see how much the numbers actually change. Given like I'm still going to be getting product in from Boxycharm and stuff, so I know some of these items are going to be going up, but I want to see like what products in that case like are most common in subscription boxes if I'm not buying anything, and if I'm using stuff up, what categories are still growing. So if you guys want to see what my makeup inventory looks like, then just keep on watching. So disclaimer, I am not trying to brag. I've had people ask what I have in my collection, like how much I actually have, and then with seeing Kelly's video and Becca's video, I was like, okay, like I kind of want to know for myself too. But yeah, I'm not trying to brag about what I have. There's a whole reason I haven't done like a makeup tour and everything, like my makeup collection, because like I'm not even 100% happy with my setup. So like at least this way like people get an idea of what I have, because I've had people ask for me to do a makeup collection video, but again, like until I'm 100% happy with my setup, I'm not going to do one of those. And then I also did not include my face paint, my brushes, sponges, any tools in here, as well as like makeup remover, skincare, and moisturizer. I strictly kept it to the makeup items. I have no set goal for myself. I just want to see like where these numbers end up at the end of the year. So I'm not going to say like a specific goal I have for each category. I'm just going to kind of say like it's more than I thought, it's less than I thought, or kind of on par of what I thought it was at. I'm just too indecisive, so I'm not going to be able to come up with like a number for every category. I'm just going to be able to say if it's more or less than I thought. Starting off with primers and primer sprays, I have 11. And that's actually more than I thought, but then again, like seeing that some of them were minis and some weren't open yet, I was like, okay, like that's why it's so high, because I don't have that many actually open and they're not all full-sized either. Definitely it was more than I thought, but it also wasn't way higher than I thought. I kind of thought I was around the 8 mark. But yeah, not bad. So for foundations, I have 13 foundations and 3 foundation mixers, and 13 was definitely higher than I thought. But then like I thought about it and I'm so bad at shade matching, which is also why I have the 3 foundation mixers, which is a yellow, a white, and an olive one. So yes, my foundation is a little bit high for them being liquid products, and I feel like liquids I'm more concerned about using before they go bad versus like powder products, so it's definitely higher than I expected it to be. But then when I thought about how bad I am at shade matching, I kind of realized why it was so high. And concealers, even higher. I have 15 concealers and 1 white concealer, so like a concealer mixer. Given I've got like 5 of them that are on their last legs, 4 of which are in my project pan. But yeah, I've got 2 concealers that are a little bit dark for me in general, but those are like for when I self-tan, and that's definitely higher than I thought they were going to be. Powder in general, like I knew already what I had for that. I didn't even have to look. I have 2 pressed powders, and that's exactly what I thought, because I kind of knew that. They're both pressed pigmented powders. They're not like translucent powders or anything. So yeah, for loose powder, because I feel like it's more forgiving, especially if the pressed powder isn't my exact shade, I pretty much knew where my pressed powder one was at, because I don't really buy pressed powder. And for loose powders, I have 9, which it's more than I thought I had, but also like it wasn't ridiculously higher than I expected it to be, because I know I love loose powder, because it's just, again, it's more forgiving, it's so much easier. I can just like pick it up, put it under my eyes, and set my under eyes. That way I can just fluff a brush in there and just like dust it all over my face. It was higher than I thought, but it wasn't a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. This Z palette right here, which some of these items are in my project pan, so you're getting a spoiler. But for all these items, I counted them as single blushes, bronzers. This is one of the single powders, and then like single eyeshadows. So I did not count this as a face palette. I counted this as singles because this is how you would pretty much buy everything, as a single shadow or a single bronzer, single blush, things like that. So these are all counted under singles. So for single bronzers, I have 6, and it's lower than I thought actually. Like when I looked at it compared to the other singles, I thought I would have more bronzers than I do have. And then for blushes, I have 9 single blushes, which is definitely more than I thought because I prefer bronzer over blush. Most of the time I'll just do like a matte bronzer and then like a glowy bronzer and then like highlight and then go. So I don't even wear blush every day, so to have more blushes than bronzers, I was kind of shocked. So yeah, definitely it was higher than I thought it was going to be. Next is single highlights, and this counts as liquid highlighters as well. I have 16. Knew it would be higher than blush and bronzer because highlight's my weakness, but I did not realize I had 16 of them. Alright, so next we move on to face palettes and eyeshadow palettes, and before going into the numbers, I just wanted to say I counted these Ofra Pro palettes as face palettes because they do have face products and eye products in there, and I just figured it would be easier to just put this as a face palette because you get your full face in here aside from like a lip color and like mascara and stuff, but it's your full colored face, cheek, eye palette. So I figured I would just keep this under the face palette category. Since you get it like this, I didn't want to count it like I did with the Z palette as singles because this is how it came in the palette. I didn't buy every shade individually and put it in here. So yeah, palette, I just didn't grab it because it was just easier to grab the 2 Ofra ones. But my other face palette is eyes and face as well. So for the face palettes, technically then I have 11 that are just face palettes, and then I have 3 that are eye and face palettes. I kind of expected to be around that mark. I kind of expected 15, so not higher, it's not lower than I thought. I mean, obviously if I thought I had like 15, then it was a little bit lower, but like it wasn't like I thought I had 15 and I had like 8. So here's where we go a little crazy. Eyeshadow palettes. I knew I had a lot, but I did not realize how many you actually had. I have 41 eyeshadow palettes. It's higher than I thought. I knew I had a lot, but I did not realize that it was that many. But I'm also not mad about it because eyeshadow is my favorite part of makeup. So yeah, I just feel most creative doing a fun eye look. So yeah, I have 41 eyeshadow palettes, and the ones that I don't use frequently, like for my eyes, I do use a lot with like shading and adding color and highlights and shadow and everything to my face painting look. So next is definitely a category that was a lot higher than I expected because it's not a category I go out and really buy anything from, and that's single eyeshadows. Given I think like 14 of them are like the ColourPop Super Shock shadows. But like aside from that, I don't go out and buy singles so much, so having 23 single eyeshadows was definitely higher than I expected it to be, so that was a shocking category. Eyeshadow primers, I have 3, and 1 is a clear one and 2 of them are tinted eyeshadow bases. So I knew that category easily because I mean, it's 3 of them and I kind of see what I have for eyeshadow bases and primers all the time. So yeah, this is another category that didn't shock me because I don't really buy this category much, and I knew what I had. I had 2 colors for it, and it's my gel liners, and I have a black and I have a white. And I don't buy gel liner much because it's just too much work for me. I'd rather just grab a liquid liner and just draw on my eyeliner and be good. I don't want to have to like fuss with a brush, dipping it in and then like drawing and hoping I didn't get too much on the brush where it like smudges in the outer corner or makes too thick of a line. Then for pencil liner, this is higher than I thought for sure, but then I realized how many white eyeliners I have. or just eyeliners that I'll use to like outline more for face painting and stuff. And I have 20 pencil liners, and these count the bigger like shadow pencils as well. So that also made the number a little bit higher. But I also have like 1 or 2 white eyeliners that aren't open yet because I use that to trace a lot for face paints. It's definitely a lot higher than I thought for a category I do not go through frequently. Then for liquid eyeliners, I have 8, and I really only, well, one of them is still in a box, like that one's not open yet. But I have like 3 or 4 that I don't really use much for like day-to-day makeup. I use those more for like face painting looks where I don't care if I have like a thicker line or they just don't wear well, but I still keep them and use them, so I'm not just like tossing them out. Like if I can get products to work for outlining face paints and things like that, like I'll still keep them. That's also a reason why some of these categories are a little bit higher than I thought. But yeah, I have 8 liquid eyeliners and one of them is not open yet. For mascara, I have 13 mascaras. Given I have 3 open right now, which one is a full-size mascara. The other one is as well, but I just use that for the lower lash mascara. I don't like the top lash mascara for it. But yeah, a lot of those are minis. I think out of the 13, so technically the 10 I have in backup, 2 of them are full size and the rest are like the minis from like Sephora favorite sets and stuff. It is a lot higher than I thought, but I also knew with getting the Sephora mascara sets like that, like it actually comes out to like being a pretty good value, and that way I get to try out other mascaras and stuff. And with my no buy, I was like, I didn't want to be short on mascara, but I also didn't realize how many mascaras I had. Glitters, loose glitters, liquid glitter shadows, and like loose shadows in general, like loose pigments, I have 11, and it's higher than I thought for the lack of me using glitter, at least on my eyes. I'll use them more for nails if anything. Say nails, I used 3 different glitters and I was obsessed with how my nails turned out for Valentine's Day, so yeah. Next we have brow gels, and these are the brow mascara ones, and they're the clear ones as well as tinted ones, and I have 5, and it's actually kind of where I thought it was at. I knew I didn't have as many as 10, but I knew I had like, I thought I had like 3 or 4, but I have 5, so like it's in the same ballpark with where I thought I had them. Then for brow pencils, I have 6 eyebrow pencils, which kind of again is around the ballpark that I thought I would be at. Brow pens, I have 3, 2 of which are like the ones with like the little like fork brush, and those are really really nice, but still like my favorite one is technically an eyeliner, but I use it as a brow marker, and it's just got like the skinniest tip. It's a dark brown, like it is perfect. I knew how many brown markers I had because like those are what I reach for the most, especially at night. I'll draw on my brows, and those are the easiest way I find to do my brows, because like it doesn't leave any additional product, it just tints where you put it down, and then I can like pluck the unwanted brow hairs, and it's my favorite way to do brows. Alright, so for brow pomades I have 2, and that's exactly, I knew where that was at as well. They take forever to go through. Like if you want to invest in a high-end brow product, I definitely recommend a brow pomade over a brow pencil. And then for brow powders, I have 2 eyebrow powders, which again, I knew where I was at with that. I don't really buy brow powders, so I knew where we were at that category as well. Alright, so the next category is a little bit excessive, but it's false lashes. But I have 27 pairs of false lashes, and I don't wear false lashes all the time. 90% of the time I wear false lashes is for YouTube or for like just face painting looks in general, but that I rarely wear false lashes, so to have such a high number was a little bit shocking. But then again, lash glue, I have 2 things of regular lash glue, and then I have 2 magnetic liners, which I have 2 pairs of magnetic lashes. So I counted the magnetic liner as lash glue and not liners, since it's glue for the magnetic lashes. So at first I saw 4 and I was like, how do I have 4 lash glues? Like I don't wear lashes much. And then I was like, oh, 2 of them are for the magnetic lashes. So yeah, at first it was higher than I thought, but then like it's not. Alright, so the next category is lips, and I broke that down into a couple different categories, but this is where it gets insane as well. Like, my eyeshadow palettes are kind of insane for just eyeshadow palettes, but like, whew, my lip category. And this isn't even, I have 18 lip liners, which I knew I had a good amount of lip liners. I think like some of them are actually like eyeliners. I just keep them in the lip liner drawer because I use them more for lipstick than I do eyeliner. But either way, 18 is more than I thought. So yeah, considering I don't always use lip liner, especially for like a nude lip, I'll usually just go in with like the nude lipstick or nude liquid lipstick and just be done with it. So yeah, it's definitely higher than I thought. Alright, so next I have 24 lip glosses, which I've counted lip gloss and like lip oils and then like my lip plumpers in that same category because it's like a glossy lip product. So I don't know, it's definitely higher than I thought, but not as high as some other lip products in the category. But considering it's a gloss, I feel like I can go through them quicker, so like it's not too shocking, and some of them are, again, minis. But yeah, it's definitely a higher number than I initially thought I had, so I know that, especially with this whole category overall, I definitely don't need more lip products. For liquid lipsticks, they are my favorite lip product because it's just, I put it on, they're on all day, and I'm good to go. I have 33 liquid lipsticks, and I know I have a lot of liquid lipsticks, but again, they're my favorite to wear because I just put it on in the morning and I'm good all day. Like if I go to work and stuff, like it stays on my whole shift. And also for the liquid lipsticks, they aren't all the liquid to matte liquid lipsticks where they just like dry down. Some of them are like the liquefied like lip sticks where they're not like a gloss, but it's a liquid satiny lip product where it doesn't fully dry down and like dry out your lips. So high, but like I feel like either doing eyeshadow, like a colored shadow or something, or a statement lip is like the easiest way to change up your look, because like unless you're going really crazy with like blush, bronzer, and highlight and like doing fun colors like that, but like if I'm doing the same base routine and I want to change something up, I'm most likely going to change up either a lip color or an eyeshadow. So I feel like these categories are kind of high, but like I don't know, because like even if you get like different bronzers, blushes, and highlights, it's not going to change the look too much unless it's like way too orange or way too ashy. So then I thought for liquid lipsticks, but it's also not way more than I thought because I love liquid lipsticks. And next is bullet lipsticks, and this was higher than I thought because I really don't reach for bullet lipsticks much if I'm not filming a video or just doing a quick little like out the door look. Like so I have 29 bullet lipsticks, and that's definitely higher than I thought it would be. The last category is setting sprays, and I have 7 setting sprays, and it's kind of around the ballpark that I thought. I thought I had like 10, so it's a little bit less than I thought, but it's still in the same general realm of where I thought I was at with setting sprays. Alright, so in total for my makeup inventory as of March 3rd, I have a total of 380 items, which is a lot of product, and that's not even, again, it's not counting brushes, sponges, any kind of tools, skincare, which I don't go too heavy on like skincare products because I don't want them to go bad. 80 items is a lot, but yeah, I really want to see where this number is at the end of the year with what I use up. I'm not going through product so quickly where I'm like wasting product just to be done with it with my whole project pan and just being into panning in general, but like between panning and then receiving stuff from Boxycharm, I really want to see like where these numbers are at the end of the year. Because like if that's it for my 2020 makeup inventory, if you guys have one of these videos, let me know down below. I really want to see what you guys have. Like what's your biggest category? Is it where you thought it was or not? And yeah, if you guys haven't done it yet, but you guys do decide to do it after watching this video, let me know down below if you guys do end up filming it, and I can go watch it that way. If you don't make videos, but you want to just like chime in on a couple of these categories, maybe, you know, if you want to do all these categories as I'm going through them, go for it. Let me know down below. Or if you just kind of want to tell me like what category you thought was like way higher than you thought, I'd like to know that as well. I just find like numbers very interesting. I'm a numbers person, so maybe I'm just biased that way. But yeah, if you guys liked the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the little bell notifications so you guys know every single time that I upload. And yeah, I love you guys and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.